Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. I know it's my destiny. Alright, enough of my horrible singing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another buy or not video where we talk about a game is worth buying or not while looking at some gameplay. Now, for those of you who are still confused on what game we're going to talk about today, even after seeing the title, the thumbnail, and me doing this singing bit at the beginning of the video, we are going to talk about the Pokemon Let's Go series for the Nintendo Switch. To elaborate on this, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are RPG games developed by Game Freak and published by the Pokemon Company and Nintendo. Oh my gosh, that was actually super long. And was released on November 16th, 2018. Now, what makes these games so special is that it is like a reboot / remake of the old first generation Pokemon Yellow game, which came out back in 1998. 20 years, everyone, 20 years. And because of this, the Let's Go series was really able to bring the nostalgia factor to the older generation Pokemon fans. Now, even though the first gen Pokemon Yellow game and the Let's Go series are very similar, there are actually a lot of differences. To start things off, you are not Red. Now, this might be very confusing for people who are kind of new to the Pokemon games or have never played the first generation games, but the main character's name from the first gen games was Red, and the rival being Blue. They're not Ash and Gary, even though they look very similar. The main protagonist and the rival of the Let's Go Pikachu are totally new. This is where things get a little complicated because Red and Blue do exist in this universe of Pokemon, but they are older. So people could speculate that this is the future of the first gen games, but the major events that happen throughout the games are identical to the events of the old first gen games, so it really doesn't make sense. But I'm not here to talk about the game theory behind the new Pokemon games, but to discuss if they are any good or not. And like always, let's start off with the story and the mechanics behind the new Pokemon games. The story, it's good. We really get to travel around the Kanto region and really live the life of a Pokemon trainer. And with the catching mechanics being more hands-on than the previous versions, this actually makes a lot of sense. Unlike the older versions of the games where you just press a button to throw a Pokeball, you actually have to swing your arm to throw a ball at the Pokemon you want to catch. This is where the first negative of the game comes in. You actually don't get to battle the wild Pokemon. So it's just like Pokemon Go, where you just throw berries and try to catch them with Pokeballs. And for some reason, your Pokemon actually get more experience points catching Pokemon than battling trainers and gym leaders. This was the part where it confused me the most. How can my Pokemon level up faster catching Pokemon that they don't battle than actually battling other trainers? It really broke the immersion of the game with this particular mechanic. But back to the story follows you, the main character, who goes out to catch Pokemon and challenge gyms to face the Elite Four at the end of the adventure. But during your journey, you run into a group of bad guys who call themselves Team Rocket. And somehow, it's your 10-year-old self's job to defeat the villains and bring peace to the region of Kanto. After all that, you embark on your journey once again to become the Pokemon Master. It's super interesting. But the things that were even more interesting was how Mega Evolution worked. Back in the day, you could only evolve your Pokemon holding the specific type of Mega Stone. For example, Charizard, who can evolve into both Charizard Y or Charizard X, had to hold the specific Y Stone or X Stone to evolve into that specific Mega form. But in this game, your Charizard can evolve into both whenever you desire because there is no concept of holding items. As long as you have both X and Y Stones, your Charizard can evolve into both. And of course, the bread and butter of the game is shiny hunting. TLDR, shiny hunting has become a lot easier with the Let's Go series. Like, a lot easier. And that's not all. With catch combos, it's not only the shiny hunting that got easier, but obtaining competitive Pokemon has become easier as well. In the past, you had to breed your Pokemon to get eggs, hatch those eggs, check their IVs, and rinse and repeat. It took hundreds of hours to get a competitive team with good IVs, but now increasing the catch combo to 31 plus guarantees that Pokemon to have at least 4 perfect IVs. There is no breeding in the Let's Go series, so to get competitive Pokemon, you just have to catch a lot of them. Each time you catch a Pokemon, you get a catch combo for that specific Pokemon. As long as you don't catch any other Pokemon, you can catch up to 31 of them to get the catch combo up to 31 plus to maximize the chances of getting a really good Pokemon of that kind. For the visuals and the sound of these games, it's top notch. The music is just amazing and really hits you with the feels if you played the older games. But even if you haven't, they're still amazing. The colors are super vibrant, and seeing the Pokemon in the wild just running around is an amazing sight. Overall, these are good games. I would recommend this to a new player as their gateway game into the Pokemon world. It's super different from the previous games, and we don't know if all these mechanics are gonna stay for the future games, but we do know that these games can be extremely fun and enjoyable. The fact that these games can be connected to Pokemon Go and bring Pokemon from the app and stuff can really be engaging with your Pokemon activities even outside the game. There are a lot of things to do after the game ends, with building your own competitive team, shiny hunting, and even trying to complete the Pokédex, which now is a lot easier since it's narrowed down to the first gen Pokédex. There are a lot of different things to do. If you haven't picked these up, I do recommend getting one. Hopefully I was able to help you guys out with your decisions, and let us know in the comment section below what you guys think of these games if you have played them already. If you guys enjoyed, please hit the thumbs up button. If you guys thought it was great, hit the subs button. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one really soon.